inclusive way as part of the family. It's disappointing that they're being blacklisted along with those people who have been exploiting the workers.
Thank you. Deputy Pringle.
Thank you, Ceann Comhairle. I am completely opposed to this bill brought before us by Fianna Fáil. It is outdated and irrelevant, degrading, and attempts to further erode the rights of workers as au pairs are recognised as being. Fianna Fáil prefers to see them classified into a subcategory of workers to justify the importation of cheap labour for domestic and childcare duties. It calls this form of exploitation a tradition and believes that providing more regulation to the sector is a solution. Fianna Fáil are perpetuating the dominant myths that 1. Au pairs are young and inexperienced individuals from across the EU, as if to say they do not deserve adequate pay, and 2. That they become as part of an education and cultural exchange programme. According to the Migrant Rights Centre, only a small percentage of au pairs are under 21, and their casework to date reveals that the majority of au pairs are older, highly educated, often with third-level degrees obtained from their home countries, and are indeed experienced in a variety of professional fields outside of childminding qualifications. The bill also uses the flawed concept that a cultural exchange programme currently exists. It doesn't exist. It's an outdated concept which in fact has not existed in any real way since its heyday in the 1970s. Fianna Fáil may claim that a programme of this nature exists. This bill would ensure that a cultural exchange is used as an excuse to import cheap domestic labour and childcare. Tying an au pair with a cultural exchange programme as opposed to as a domestic worker, as they deserve to be called, would in fact weaken the protection of au pair migrants in destination countries due to the following consequences. 1. In relation to remuneration, the pocket money allocated would be below the minimum wage. In residency status, the temporary visa is tied to the au pair contract, and with regards to protection of the worker, this is limited as the control of the employer-host family relation and their working environment is beyond their reach. I find it damning that Fianna Fáil have criticised the Workplace Relations Commission ruling on payments in March to a Spanish au pair because they feel it should have been considered a cultural or educational exchange rather than work. Substandard illegal jobs continue to be advertised by au pair placement agencies that fall well below the national minimum legal standards. These agencies are employment agencies within the meaning of the Employment Agency Act, and as such they should be required to hold a licence in order to carry out their business.